how do you handle bid management to balance cost effectiveness with achieving campaign goals? So one thing that we need to understand in this question is you have the cost and then you have the goals, right? And with bid management, it's really important that you understand your budget and then you also understand the market. What do I mean by that? If you set a bid that's too low, you won't get any impressions. If you set a bid that's too high, Google will overcharge you, right? So one thing that you need to do when you want to, achieve your campaign goals and also not, burn your money is you also have to go very deep into the numbers. Let me give you an example. If you have a, $30 product, right, and your CPC is $3, there's a limited amount of clicks that you can get for that single product, right? So now what you want to make sure that you're doing is in Google, the ultimate goal in Google Ads is to get the lowest CPC with the highest return, right? That's like the ultimate goal. It's not always achievable. Sometimes you have to have a more aggressive CPC to get even more volume. So two scenarios. When you're starting out, you want to have a minimum bid, so a minimum cost per click, whether that be $1 or $2, scale it up. And then once you start to see that you're hitting that plateau in terms of like conversions and volume, and you actually have more room, you have two approaches to this. You can either give Google an automated bidding strategy and then let Google take the wheel, because a manual bidding approach requires a lot of sweat equity. So like, your media buyer has to be in there on a day-to-day basis adjusting bids. The algorithm is a lot more smarter than all of us, as much as we would like to admit it. So once you kind of gave your Google Ads account, your Google Ads algorithm some kind of data and some learning, giving it an automated bidding strategy, like setting an automated bidding strategy, like target CPA, like maximize ROAS, like maximize conversion, and also giving Google the parameters to achieve your goals, that will be, the right way to scale profitably, right? Because you would have done the initial training prior to just like setting an automated bidding strategy. What I don't recommend doing is launching a new account and launching maximize conversion right out the get-go, even though that's what it feels like Google is pushing us towards. But overall, when you're managing your bids, take into account your goal, your margins, and your competitors. In certain industries, the average CPC is $20, right? So you need to take into account your product price or the price of your service in that case. So bid management and achieving campaign goals requires, different settings, both inside of the account and inside the business.